Hey everybody, it's Carla. Welcome to my channel, The Happy Bookmaker. Hey, I've got really great news. We made 1,000 subscribers, followers, whatever the technical term is, just overnight, and from the day that I'm recording this, and I could not be happier. Thank you so much. I can't tell you what that means to me, and I'm not in this alone. We're all in this together, and I really so appreciate you. So we're gonna do something really fun today, a little different. Yes, we're gonna be decorating in big red, France and Flowers, red toile, big red. Long name. But what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different as far as technique. So I just, in my rummaging through things, especially when I was going through things for my garage sale, I kept coming across like pieces of tissue paper. And, you know, you save them for like wrapping gifts and things like that. But like some of these are really awesome. So now I've got these in little bundles because I know what I'm doing with them. But this black and white toile, or black and cream sort of toile pattern tissue paper, I was like, oh, I got to use that. You know, I got to use that. And then there's just a plain black one, which I'm going to be mixing with, you know, yellows and yellow and white. And I just think this is going to be so pretty. And we've got some pink tissue paper. I mean, you know, pretty common. But we're going to be using one of our little mini notebooks, our little mini cutout notebooks that we made just a couple of days ago. So, and this, oh, it's so super cute. I just love it so much. So I was like, I have to use it right away. And then the last one that I found was some orange, which, you know, it's a little, you know, it's a little bright. It's a little orange, but I think that the look I came up with and in the pages that I'm going to do it in, it's going to be super cute. So we're not going to do all of these today. We're not going to do all these in one day. It would be way too much, unless by some miracle things go really quick and smooth. So what we're going to do today is let's put these two aside. We'll do these. I'm going to do a part 2 of this tissue paper kind of series, a series of 2. And so we're going to work on the black and white or black and cream toile and the pink. So this one is going to require some messy, I'm going to be doing some gold gilt, or, you know, I guess that's what it's called, like around the pages and stuff. And that's going to be a little messy. So we're going to save this one for the end. And we're going to start with the pink. So let's find our pages in red toile. Let's see if I got you centered here. Okay. So I did sticky note so I can find them. Hopefully my sticky note stayed. This is, by the way, going to be where the orange is going to go. So it's going to tie in with that little bit of orange. This is going to be the black and cream toile. And this is going to be this little guy that we're working on right now for obvious reasons. So I think what we're going to start with is, let's see here, put you to the side. My plan is to pull you down a little bit. I'm not going to go like I'm not going to cover the whole sheets with the pink tissue. And I don't know why I have so many here. I'm certainly not going to need that many. Let's just put some of this aside. My idea is to just do like a little tear around and do a little bit around the sides. And I'm going to need a pocket, a pretty good sized pocket for a little notebook. So it's probably going to be something like, I'm going to use this graph paper that I coffee dyed and put a couple of stamps on a while back. I mean, you know, it blends in really nicely. And by the way, this is a smaller page. It is one of those botanical pages. So it's kind of perfect to just, I mean, this is kind of the star of this show. So we're going to be, you know, using this as our focal point. So I think what I'm going to do, because I also want to do a little bit of the pink over this. So I think what we need to do is start with this pocket, but first we're going to do some inking, of course, you know, And even though I did just the red inking, that like pretty cranberry color on this, I do want to do vintage photo on the pages because I am bringing in some of these brown tones. I gotta get it open. And I found this little thing that I made for one of my little mini books a while back. And I don't know if I'm going to use the but I might use the journal and just stick it up here in the corner because this will be our journaling page. And then, of course, this is going to be where our little extra notebook is going to go. So there's going to be a lot of journaling opportunities on this layout. I also thought about taking this little piece of, it's like a cardstock, and using the ticket punch, or not punch, but stamp, and making a little stamp to stick in the pocket as well. Just kind of bring in some of that blue because we're going to have plenty of pink. Okay, so let me give it a squirt. Oh, and you know what else we're going to do? We're going to, well, should I? I was going to crack open a new bottle, but it's like still like a third. It's a new bottle that I've had for a while. I didn't just buy it. I guess we're okay. I guess I'll just use this because I thought it was like way down to here, but it's not. It's still pretty high. Okay, but I will promise to shake off camera and not do this. Okay, I'm kind of bad about that. All right, so let's use our dauber. And did I squirt this? No, I can't remember if I did it or not. I think I did. Okay, we'll just do it again for good measure. Once for good measure. Okay, so just a little bit of inking around the pages. And by the way, when I did this this video, it was so long, and I don't know why it ended up being so long. I had everything laid out and it was organized, but you know, I think it was just the fussy cutting, all the cutting that was involved. Just get this way a little bit, okay. And I guess I didn't think, you know, just didn't think it was going to take that long. So thank you for your patience if you made it through that, and if you felt like fast forwarding, that is perfectly fine. I do it all the time on videos that I absolutely love, but it, you know, it might be something that it's like, well, okay, I get it, I know, or I know how to do that, or I think I get it now, you know, that kind of thing. So we're gonna start with our little pocket, and I have to just make sure that I leave plenty of room. Let's see, so if I do this, I'm gonna be cutting off a dragonfly. See, what I want it to be is about, maybe about to here. So I think we can just fold it, because then I've got, yeah, that's gonna be perfect. And then I can save the rest of it for another time. It was so much fun kind of planning out these layouts. Okay, where's the bone folder? Okay. All right, that's what happens when I put things away. Then I can't find them. Okay, move this to the side. And bone folder you. I'm just gonna use the scissors. I mean, I could rip it, couldn't I? Yeah, I could do that. There's a little hump here on the seam of the table that I'm trying to get used to. But I have so much more room now. If you saw my little transformation video, okay, I know it's not like a huge transformation, but but for me, from what I had to work on, I'm telling you, it's a huge transformation. Yeah, that's okay. Should I cut off that little, should I take that little end off? Or should I leave it? I'll leave it. I like it. I'm gonna have some pink paper on here anyway. And that is like right on that line. So let's see if I can remember right where that line is. Okay, we're gonna do that. I do love a good tearing. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. All right, a little inking. Where's the, okay. Ink her up. You know, I had the thought of possibly using the tissue paper for pockets, but I just don't think even doubling, you know, like if you double it up, what's the point of using tissue, right? Because then it becomes so opaque, like really what's the point? So I I decided it would be too thin, and you know, I'm just gonna kind of go with just kind of putting it, I'm gonna put a little bit up here, a little bit down here, and let's see here. I think over here is just gonna be kind of, yeah, I might do like another little, maybe a little corner of it up here or down here, just to kind of tie it all in. Just a little bit, so as not to block too much of this. And then my little journaling thing here. And I pulled out some buttons. I don't know if any of them will work for this. Maybe this guy, he might go, oh, he could be cute on here. Okay. All right. Stop talking. Oops, sorry. Stop talking and more doing here. Okay. I kind of sometimes have to work through things as I'm doing it, you know, like I have to kind of talk my way through it. Yeah, I love the look of this. It's kind of, you know, rough and rustic. Who doesn't love a nice dragonfly? It's just to kind of remind you of this little guy. This is a little cutout. And so the pages are also cut out, and we've got like coordinating pages to the cover of the oranges and the blues. And I did, after that video, do a few little stamps on the pages, just a couple, just to make it a little more interesting inside, and then a little dragonfly on the back. So our dragonfly really ties in. So this is going to be a little tricky here because of the flowers. But if I'm going to put this in, kind of stretch it a little bit, if you know what I mean. So it has a little bit of a, you know, I don't know what you call it, like a little, like that. So it allows for the book to go in, because it's a pretty thick little book. Yeah, like that. I mean, I might have done just a little bit too much, but that's okay. Yeah, that's down. She's down. No getting around that. Okay. But I don't want to have issues getting the book in and out. So yeah, I like that. Okay. So that's that. So let's take some pink tissue. So I think the plan with the pink tissue, I cover this up, is I'm going to decide where I want it. Put the glue stick down, because the Fabri-Tac is just going to be too wet, and it's just going to come right through. And I did this for, here, let's kind of go back, if I can find it real quick, that paper napkin layout, which I loved it. It turned out so cute. And it worked really well. And then I just kind of ripped away where the glue stick wasn't. And that kind of also gave me an idea for using the tissue. It's not that pretty of tissue except for the toile, but it's the idea. So I have to kind of decide how I want this. And I think I'm going to go just, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to blow on it. You know what else I'm going to do? Because this page is smaller, I'm going to put, this is like a scribble page, or I put glue on it. I'm going to put that back behind it so that I'm not getting glue on the page below it. So I'm just going to kind of like, oops, glob this on. I mean, these are just, you know, plain words. So as a matter of fact, it's interesting. This says North Dakota, so this page was about flowers from North Dakota. That's where I was born. So I guess kind of raised, but I've been here for like, I don't know, 40 years. So I consider myself kind of a Colorado native, kind of, sort of. That's what I'm going with anyway. So now I'm just ripping off a piece of tissue. Did I make that big enough? I think I did. And basically, I'm not going to, you know, even, oh yeah, see how that works? Okay. I'm not even going to try like inking or anything like that. And it's okay with me if, you know, if it rips in a weird way, or if it's a little wrinkled or whatever. It didn't quite get all the way to the top there, but I could also stick stick another little chunk on there and rip it off. We'll see how that works. I mean, you know, this is going to turn out the way it wants to turn out. I don't think I have much control over it, really. So I get that really down. Let's do the same for down here while that's kind of drying a little bit. And I'm just tearing out a hunk. Now let me play with this a little bit. It could be kind of cool, but I don't want it to be on the same side. So yes, I'm going to do it like this. And we're going to kind of come down at an angle like that. And just see here. It doesn't have to be a lot. Oops, maybe down here. Oops. Just since this is our tissue paper layout, I need to use it where I can, right? So let's see if I can get this kind of straight on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I actually kind of like the way it's wrinkling there. Okay. Let's see what happens now. I don't know if this will do anything at all. It might be nothing. It might be a big nothing burger. Let's see here. I don't know if that's going to stick at all. It might end up coming off. We'll see. So now just kind of, I don't want to obviously rip it all. I want to, you know, let it come up where it wants to come up. And let's see, I'm just kind of tearing along where I think that glue line was. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know if that's doing anything for me. And it is a little bit off the edge, but that's easy enough. Just rip you off here. Rip, rip, rip. Okay. I don't even mind a little bit being stuck down there. And remember, our little booklet is going to be in here covering some of this. I don't know, weirdly, I kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave it. Get a little bit more right here. Put it on the tissue. Fold it over. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's just really rough. Okay, now let's see here. Well, I don't know if it's going to let me tear it right here. I have to start here. Let's see, can you see? I know my hand's in the way. I'm sorry. Try to do it left-handed. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. I don't think I'm ambidextrous. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, that's working out. That's working out. Oh, look at that. And we are going to put like a couple of other little things. I think I might do a couple little flowers or a button. We've got that little button. And then down here as well. See, now I'm just ripping this down. Ooh, that's pretty. And, oh, I love that. You know, I want to kind of play off on that, how that's kind of, you know, kind of like a double layer there. Let's do that on purpose in a couple little spots. Maybe down here too. We'll just pretend that that was on purpose. And yeah. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Let's do something, I think it's gonna be up here. And then maybe I can put the little, my journal or journal thing kind of overlapping the pink and the page. And so down here will be, yeah, pretty much nothing because we're already gonna have a pocket over here. All right, let's just rip apart some tissue here. I don't know why I have so much pink. I guess I was doing a lot of pink gifts for a while or something. So this, yeah, oh, look at that. Okay, something like that. So our little sheet again of scratch paper. So I'm just gonna, blowing on it, okay. Just gonna kind of go across and kind of roughly. Yeah. I just love the sort of roughness of this. I think that's super fun. Okay. Now this is where I might have to stand up because I had a hard time seeing before where it was going. Where's the glue here? Okay. And I'm not trying to get it exactly on there because we're going to be ripping it away anyway. So you don't know this, but I'm standing up here, up above the camera. Okay. All right. Just so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Okay. Let's go back. I'm going to leave that for a minute. Let's go back and just kind of rip some of this off. Just a little. And a little bit of this. Or did I really get this down? There we go. Yeah, I just like the way it's like, you can't control me. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I love that. Okay. Just for funsies, let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. But you know what I think I need? I do think I need to do a little more inking. I mean, I'm not gonna try to ink here, but I do want to ink around the outside. Oh yeah. Didn't I ink this page? I thought I did. I don't know. I must not have I must not have done it very much because now I can't even see it. Oops. Let's see. I have to turn the book here. I feel like I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on here. And I'm also aware that when I am inking, it sometimes sounds really loud on the videos, and I think it's just because I'm so close to, you know, the camera and with the microphone, and I honestly, I'm not really that violent, I promise. It just sounds a little violent when I'm doing it. Okay, so let's see what we can get away from here. We'll just start tearing away. Plus, I moved the camera a little bit closer to the desk or the table so you can get a little bit closer view. So that's probably not helping that situation. Yeah, it's just ripping away really nicely. Look at that. I love it. I'm not going to bother with this, like the second layer thing, because I'm going to be putting the journal thing over that. I don't know. I don't know why I love that so much. Okay. Yeah, give it a little vintage photo. Plenty of room for journaling down here. Let's take this little guy, and it looks like I did a fancy scissors on that originally. Now to find, that's it, okay. Because I really don't think I want it to say my journal. I think I just want it to say journal. And I know it's not in French, but we're gonna go with it. Let's see how close I can get without, I know that there's a little bit on there, but I'm gonna ink it anyway, so we're not gonna see it. I'm gonna trim it a little bit more here. Oh gosh, come on. Oh, why are you doing that? These are really old. I suspect they're not terribly sharp anymore. And after many years of scrapbooking and being run through the mill, okay. Yeah, that's cute. I mean, I could try to cut that off. Should I try to cut that little block thing off? Let's see here. Oh. Flinging stuff all over, okay. Okay. I had to do it. It didn't really matter, but I had to do it anyway. It was kind of bugging me. Okay. And this is obviously a very sort of unnatural looking cut. Oh yeah, see, that's so cute. And we're gonna use our glue stick for this too. Okay. Wait till you see what we're gonna do with the next one. Ooh, it's gonna be so fun. And it's one of my favorite color combinations. The black and the pink, and this is kind of a peachy pink and gold and cream. Just one of my very favorites. Okay, I mean we're just about done here. So what do we got that we can, we're gonna stick this in here. I mean, that's pretty good right there. Let me find my ticket stamp, which hopefully is right in here. Okay, ticket. And I think we'll do it because we're going on the blue. I think we'll do it in, should I do it in black? I think I'll do it in black. A little black, a little squirt. Where'd you go? Okay. And just, I don't know, just to have another little element. You know, oh, table shaking. It occurs to me, I don't think that I have anything vintage French in this layout. Maybe I will, maybe I'll come up with something. I didn't think about that, but I mean, I think we got plenty going on here. So let me just lay this down and I can cut around it. Oh, it didn't get very dark. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it on the other side. I think this might have got a little dry. It's really early loader up. It's possible I might need to be cleaning some of my stamps too because of, you know, I think after a while they just get kind of gunked up with all the different inks. Well, it's not a lot better, but it is better. Yeah, I think it's time. You can sand these off. You can wash them, I guess, and you can sand them. And I think I need to do that. So let's just, whoops, flying tissue. Here, I'll get you back straight. Okay, I think this one's a little bit better. We'll just cut this off. It's kind of cool, actually, that you can't really see, like, that it's not in French. I mean, I guess if you look close enough, you can, but we're not going to get that fussy. And a little bit here. Oops, I got a little crooked. All right, scraps. I mean, this was a scrap too, so you gotta love that, right? And then a little vintage photo on the edges. Yeah. And we also have a little ticket in here. I could even stick it somewhere. Would that be weird? I don't know. Is it gonna get lost in here? I'm afraid it's gonna get lost in here. Maybe we'll stick this somewhere. Maybe we'll stick it down here. Ooh, would that be weird? And it'll be, oh, it could be a little mini pocket. Should we do that? Let's do that. Whoops, okay. Sometimes we have to be flexible with our plans, right? I don't know what we'll put in there. I'll come up with something. And this is there, I mean, there's still plenty of journaling space. Okay, see how this is looking so far. We've got a little pocket, got a little notebook. Let's do a couple little, I don't know, flowers or something. Let me get my flower thingy here. And we've got, oops, stuff's going everywhere. There we go. Sorry, you guys. I think I got a little too close. It's hard to show everything in this. Yeah, okay. So we've got this. I do still think I want to use this little blue button. This is kind of, it's kind of corally, not so pink. We got a little white one. Or, okay. We've got this little white flower. And I do really love this button. Let's see here. Let's just start gluing. What if I did two little buttons? Oh, look at this little green one. It looks like a little flower. Okay, let's do the buttons up here and the flower down there. And I think we can call it good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I gotta decide before I put them down where I want them. Oh, I also have this little puffy one. That's kind of cute too, isn't it? I mean, that's really cute. But isn't gonna be, see, it starts to be that they just get too bulky. So I'm gonna go back to this flatter one. I want this, all right. Go back to, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Alrighty. How are we at time? 31, that's not bad. That's not bad. But you see now I'm dividing this into two. We're almost through one, and we're about at 30 minutes, so. But it's, you know, now we have a plan for next Tuesday's video. Yeah, cool. I mean, they don't stick out any further than the notebook. Oh, I really like that. Okay, and then the flower. Or wait a minute, is this down? How down are you? Okay, I'm switching things up. I'm switching things up because I really would rather bring a little blue, sorry. Gosh darn it. Okay, down to the bottom. That flower is gonna cover that, so do not worry. I have a little button here. A little bit more glue on this. Well, I never put any on it yet, okay. And, okay. Because, yeah, I like that better. Reason being, if I have to think about it, which apparently I do, there's a white flower here, and so, I know, it's the way my mind works, and so I didn't want to put another one here, although it would have been super cute, and it wouldn't have mattered, but, and then I'm also, like, not having the blue right on top of the blue. So there you go. Here is our first tissue paper, scrap tissue paper layout. I love it. I think she's so cute. Okay. All right, so the black and white. So it's, we'll clear this up a little bit, get you straightened out a little bit. It's black and cream and this really pretty peachy pink. And I had all kinds of other pinks and other pink flowers, but they were just too bright. So I had to kind of regroup, and the reason is because of this pink, obviously, if you can see. It's not a bright pink. It's kind of a, I mean, I hate to say it almost, but it's kind of a dusty pink or a mauvey pink. Remember Mauve and Blue? Yeah, I had that. It was very pretty in the 90s. It really was. So this is this is a little construction thing of mine where, okay, so I have these little cute little flowers, and they have these little beads, right? These little bead centers. It's so cute, but it's so bulky. And I thought maybe I could cut it or something, and I couldn't. And I just did not want that bulk. And this is gonna go on our pocket down here, which is gonna be going, you know, the toile paper is gonna be going up here. We're gonna have the pocket down here. So I was like, what, should I put a button there? What should I do? So I found this in my sticker stash, and it's a bigger sticker, and it's just got leaves around it. But I'm gonna glue this on and stick it down, and so I'm gonna have a flatter, dusty rose, kind of rose sticker, and that is gonna go in here. And we're gonna ink this up and everything. So we're gonna ink it up, and then we're gonna gilt it up. And we're gonna do a quick journaling card out of this, and this is a digital image from, I think it was a paper outpost, and I think this was supposed to be part of like French images, so obviously it's perfect. It's got the right colors. Here is a scrap of index card, and I'm not going to have the lines showing. I think it's just going to be plain black, like, or plain white like that. So, you know, we'll glue this on, we'll ink it up and that kind of thing. I'm going to have a little bit of this going over somehow, and this is vintage 1877 French dictionary page. So I'm just do a little rip of that to put over this little pocket, and then our flower is going to go over it. I have a little Paris word that is going to go somewhere. I'm not sure. It might go down here. You know, we'll have to see. Over this really pretty paper, and this is, by the way, coffee spritzed and ink dyed with stencils over it. You know, it's kind of a process, but so it's really kind of muddy looking, but I love the look. So we're going to take a sheet. I'm going to have to cut this down, of vellum. And I want, because you know you can write on this obviously, but I thought it would be cool to have a little piece of vellum that you absolutely can write on, especially like with a Sharpie marker like this. And I did a little test to make sure, and it worked just fine. So we're gonna, you know, cut a little strip, and that will be for writing. And let's see, I've got washi tape pulled out here. Where'd you go, washi? Washi. I have to find that. Here we go. And we will have to glue this as well. I love washi tape, but the thing with it is, you gotta glue it too, because it just doesn't stay. So that is gonna hold our little flap. Now this is just gonna be a flap, so it can be written on top and then lifted up to see the pretty bottom. I may or may not do a little bit of the toile down here. We'll just have to see. Okay, so let's start with vintage photo. All right, because we want to do vintage photo around all of our pages. I'm trying not to be violent here in my inking. And I could have done black, but I really want to bring in some of the antique-y sepia look, which the vintage photo does so well. And a lot of this is going to be covered, so we're not going to worry too much about that. The gold is going to go on after everything else, partially because I'm going to be, talk about gold finger, I'm going to be all gold fingered up after that is done. So we've got this, and you know, I debated if I should cut it or rip it or something. I mean, I could, but I don't know, should I rip it? What if I just did like I don't know, kind of a wavy cut or something, just so it's not so straight, you know, so it's like, it isn't really any kind of shape. It's also not ripped, which the tissue paper is going to be. Yeah, how about that? I think that's better. And the edges aren't so rough, you know, that you won't be able to, you know, get something stuck down in there. Things can get caught on a pocket if you have too rough of an edge, which I have found out the hard way. Live and learn, live and learn. Okay. Oh yeah, isn't that pretty? So I'm feeling like the easiest way to do this is to do it before gluing this down. Gosh, I love that. I've used so much of this paper. What side should we use? I think I want some of, well, we've got a lot of text there. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, just gonna like rip some, see how it looks. I don't know if I want it to be quite that perfect. Yeah, we can go down like this, go up here. I want it to be really like it wasn't planned. Yeah, kind of more like that. Just a little something to, just something for a little contrast, and to put, you know, our flower on, and maybe the word Paris can go on the other side of it. Okay, since I'm being brave with a glue stick. Okay, let's see here. Let's get my this little guy. Lots of stuff has been done on this. So I think I had it like that. Let's see, I guess I could have done like that too. Oh, let's just go with this. That's what I had planned. Okay. Oops. Yeah, it's starting to get a little thick, but I did leave it uncovered, and that is my own fault, and we're gonna need it, so I better cover it up because we'll need it for the tissue paper. Okay. All right. It's quite sticky though. Okay. Let's get this down on here first. And this is what I love about collage. It's just like, you know, and like anything. Anything looks good with collage. It just does. Okay. I got my baby wipe handy, because of course I left this uncovered too. So wipe that off of there. We're gonna put our pocket down because there's nothing that's gonna be coming right in the way of that, and this is gonna be tucked into there, okay? So obviously, because it's pocket, we are just gonna go here and here. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get that kind of towards the end. This was already cut this way because I have made other pockets with this in, I think I did it in France and Flowers 1, Waverly Blue, and then I think I might have even used it in my altered book, Turquoise and Gold, because I love this paper. Okay, so that's that. This is not going to be too thick, so I'm not too concerned about that fitting in there. Before we get too far, let's get this stuck down to here. It is a sticker, but I'm going to do glue because the sticker is not going to just hold that. See, and this already has a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, of gold around it. I mean, it might actually be more of like this kind of thing. And this has got like a rose gold kind of shimmer. So I thought, you know, the gold in here is going to be really pretty. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. I forgot what I was going to do. Let's do this. I am going to peel up the backing on this. It's like I said, it is a sticker. Oh, I hope I can. Let's see. If I can't, it'll just go down like it is. But it is a sticker. Okay, I think I got it. Ta-da! And glue to hold it down, because we're basically kind of pushing down, you know, the petals of this, so it's going to need a little extra stick 'em, or it's just going to pop right up. So I'm just sticking that down. Okay. Yeah. Just like that. And it's going to probably go right about here. It's tying in that pretty peachy pink. And I think I probably will do that down here, but we'll see. Okay. All right, it's time to get into the tissue paper. Okay, oh, and here, no, that's going with something else. Okay, never mind. Oh, I have a little piece of purple on there. I'll have to cut that off. A little highlighter, it looks like. Let me cover up my stamps real quick, or my stamp pads. Oops, I gotta get better at that. Okay, so basically my thinking is, you know, kind of like the napkin, I'm just gonna lay down a bunch of glue. I wanna get as much of this image as possible. So I'm just gonna kind of go, I don't want it to necessarily be perfectly lined up with this, so I'm gonna kind of go down a little bit. Let's see if I can remember that. Okay, all right, let's do it. I wonder if I could, I wonder what would happen if I sprayed this with, it probably was a really bad idea. I spritzed it with a little bit of water. We'll see, I don't know. Oh, it's a lot wetter. It's a lot wetter, that did do something. Okay, and then kind of across. I think I'm gonna have to stand up to put this down so I can see better from up above where I'm putting it. Okay, that's quite a bit of glue stick. That ought to give us some hold here. Kind of like Final Net hairspray, if you remember that. Okay. Yes, I used to use that. Okay. Oh, this is a little tricky here. Because it's gonna stick like almost immediately because it's so thin. So I don't know if, I hope I don't sound really loud because I'm right next to the camera. Well, that actually was pretty good. Oh, look at that. Okay. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Give that a little bone folder. I didn't get all the way up in here because of the signature thread. It's not gonna hurt, but you know, try to kind of dodge that a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit. Okay, I think it's gonna be so cool. Okay, and you come down here. All right, now it's gonna be in the way. Okay, you stay there. Let's glue down our pretty flower. Let's see, how should we have them go? Kind of like this, kind of overlapping. Oh, I'm off camera, sorry. I was trying not to shake and then I forgot and did everything off camera. Okay, all right. Kind of like so. And it's not too thick, it's got a little bit of thickness, but not a lot. Very pretty. I'm just not sure about this yet. Maybe it will go, maybe it will go over the toile in some place. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's real quick, what should we do next? Okay, let's make our journaling card while this is drying. I'm gonna set this aside. And I have so much more room now. And I'm gonna glue this down and then cut afterwards. So now the decision is, do I make it, yeah, I think I'm gonna do the rounded corners on it. So what we're gonna do is glue the back of this and then stick it on here and then trim around, which I have found to be so much easier. Hey, somebody made a comment. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't remember if was it Susie or I'm sorry if I forgot your name. I don't think that's right. I don't think it was Susie, but they on my last video, the really long one, where I did the mini notebooks. Oh, honey, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'd have to look up your name, or maybe your name isn't on it. But they said that they were able to follow along and made their own little notebooks. And I just love that. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So, so yeah, like, you know, gather up some tissue paper. Maybe I'll put that in the description box. Gather up some tissue paper and supplies, and you can do some tissue paper layouts together. I just loved that. That was so cool. Okay. trim this off. I mean, I love every single comment, and I'm just always amazed at how lovely you all are. Okay. Trim it off with the craft knife. Oh gosh, okay. I'm not crooked. You know what? I'm gonna trim it. I'm gonna make it just a tad bit smaller, because it is quite large. I mean, and all I'm really doing is trimming off the edges a little bit more. And then we'll corner around, and then we'll ink, and maybe do a little stamp on the back. And oh, I'm crooked again. And that'll be all she wrote for that one. And I'm not gonna put a string on it or anything, because it's gonna be easily accessible in that pocket. Okay, there's that, and corner around it. Yeah, I just think they look so much better. It's a little thicker. My hands aren't terribly strong, so anymore. So I have to use both hands to do this. Okay. I mean, that is just so pretty. I love it. I could put something else on here even. But I don't want to cover up the image. I really love the image. So, okay. A little vintage photo. And I guess if I wanted to, I could do a little piece of the leftover vellum. We could maybe stick that on there with something, maybe a little, I don't know. I have to think about that. I wish I had a button that was kind of that peachy pink, but I don't. I could use a little black button. You know, that could be kind of cute up in the corner. A little piece of vellum and a little button. We might do that. Because why not? And the vellum is not going to cover up the image. It's just going to make it a little bit, what's the word, foggier maybe. What should we put on here? How about the key? I love the key. Love the key. On one of these, I did it upside down. Like I did it like this way. I guess it wouldn't matter, but you know, I get going and I just kind of forget. So there's that. Oh, I went off a little bit. Okay, it's okay. It's still a key. Because I can't really see. My surface is pushed up a little bit more because my camera's here now, so I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on up here, and that's part of it. But you know, it's perfectly fine. And let's trim our piece of vellum. You know what? I think let's rip it. Yeah, let's rip the sides and the bottom. We'll leave the top straight. Do you think this is ready to rip? I think it might be. Should we see? Let me see how it's gonna look. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Just wherever it wants to rip. And if it's really rough and some sticks and some comes up, that's okay. Oh yeah, I love this. I love it. I love it. Okay. Even up here, if some of it comes off the edge, I'm okay with that. Gosh, a person could get addicted to this tissue paper thing. I love it. Okay. And of course, when I bought this, I bought it for a furniture project to line the drawers of like a Frenchy kind of nightstand. And you have to buy the whole, obviously you have to buy the whole package. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with all that tissue? Well, I have been finding ways. When you start doing a lot of this sort of thing, you find ways to use everything. That's ripped off. What do I do about this? It's so close, it's hard to rip. Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna have a mess and a half when I'm done with this. Okay. I love this. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Getting a little. And remember, we're gonna do the gold around this. So it's gonna we're gonna step it up a notch. But this is gonna be in here. So we're not covering that up. Oh, how pretty. Yeah. And where's my little Paris? Where's my little Paris thingy? It's very small. Maybe we'll do something else too. I could put that up here. You know, we could also do one of these little, I don't know, house numbers, apartment numbers. We might do that. Maybe something like number 2 Paris or something like that. We'll think of something. Okay, I'm gonna rip it out. Yeah, see, yeah, we're at 56 minutes. I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen. But the time flies, right? Like, doesn't time fly? Seriously, truly, when you're having fun. So maybe, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do number 1. I don't think I'm gonna do that. That just might sound kind of funny. Okay. I could do number 9. It's kind of ripped already. Let's see here. I'm not even going to explain that other one, but after I did it, you know, I did them on the computer and printed them out. I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's kind of kind of childish, maybe, but yeah. Anyway, okay. Number 9 is a much safer number to use, I think. Okay. Yeah, it's really rough, but I'm okay with that. I'm not sure where we're gonna put these yet. It could even, I mean, it could even be, oh, that could even be cool. Gosh, I just hate to cover up any of that image though. I think it might have to be the vellum and a button. Okay, so I have these out, but I'm not sure where I'm gonna put them yet. So let's go back to cutting our sheet of vellum. So I am not gonna be putting any of the toile over here. I think there's plenty going on. I really think that there's more than enough going on. So I wanna take off about, I don't know, maybe a ½ inch on each side. I have to leave room for the tape, and maybe about here on the bottom. So let's move this aside, and we're gonna do, if the ripping doesn't work, I can use the decal scissors. But we're gonna try this. I think vellum will rip just fine. Okay, am I crooked again? Yes, I am. So it was right about here. So then we're gonna have all these little scraps, fun little scraps of vellum. Well, that ripped really nice. Really, really, really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna get this straight on here. And I don't want to try to rip from that end because it's a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna say is that about a ½ inch? Yeah, it is, because if this is a ¼ inch grid, then that's ½ inch. It's a little over, actually. It's not a lot to grab onto. That's that is an issue. Okay, so I let it go. Okay, don't let it go. Okay. And then push down really tight. Don't let go. Okay. I'm just gonna take this over here real quick and check. Yeah, I actually could have taken off a little bit more. So maybe this is about 3/4 of an inch. Okay. All right. We've got a nice little sheet of vellum. Okay. And put this up here. Oh yeah. This is really good because it's leaving a little bit, and obviously I wouldn't want to get really close to that seam or to, you know, to the signature center there. So I just need to figure out where I want to put this. Now where's our washi tape? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue under this so that this is already down, and then glue on top of it, and then the washi tape on top of it. And the reason I'm doing the washi tape really is not only for decorative, but to cover up probably some of the, you know, that you're going to be seeing some of the glue possibly through the vellum. Although I have found with this vellum, I haven't had a lot of trouble with it. Okay. Like this and this. Okay, so you can still see the design below it, but it's very subtle. And let me cut, I'm gonna just cut off a little piece of this because it's probably super duper dry. And then just a nice strip of glue along here, kind of, you know, overlapping the paper and the vellum. You could use glue stick too. Oh, it's getting plugged up. Okay. We're getting close, you guys. It's pretty much this and the those other couple little things and the gold, which was completely dried up yesterday, and I just put a bunch of, not a bunch, but you know, I put some water in it, hoping it would soften up, and it did. But it does that every time I use it because I don't use it terribly often. It, you know, it just gets all dried up. So this is, it's really cute. It's got little bird cages and a little postal. Oh, no. And it ripped on me. Okay, how am I gonna get that off of there? Yeah, and I can't really see where that started. Yeah, so again, another reason why sometimes washi tape. So I'm gonna have to, okay, I gotta start anew because it ripped. Okay. And because it's really thin, you know. Oh, look, a paper clip. And just carefully, yeah, this is cute. And it's got a little birdie. We got a little birdie here, so that, oh, and then we got the little postal stamp. I love it. Maybe we'll do a postal stamp image on here somewhere. Maybe on the top of the vellum. That could be cute. Okay, I gotta stand up so I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh yeah, that's really cute. I really like that. Just a little cut here. Let's see how close we got. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, it's so cute. I just love that. I love that. So something could be tucked under here and then writing on top, you know, whatever you wanted to do. Okay, we've got, where's our Paris and our number 9? Number 9. Number 9. Paris. 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 Number 9. And they're so little, they're hard to like keep track of. Oh, I was gonna do a little piece of vellum on here, wasn't I? I forgot. Okay. Just a little, like, it's gonna be really little though. It's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna make enough of an impact. Let's see here. If I do this, I think I'll have to do the word Paris because of the shape. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Paris? Just kind of something like that. What do you think? I'm just finding that I'm covering up too much. I don't want to cover all that up. Okay. This is it's a black button. And that's a black button. It's not fancy, but it is a black button. Ooh, what if I had a gold button? A little gold button. That's too big. I'm sorry. That's got the little thingy on it, so that won't work. Okay, what's this? Okay, you're gonna get dumped out. Sometimes that's the only way to do it. There's also this. This is like a little flower. Just kind of doesn't really do much. Oh goodness. Maybe I'm back to number 9. You know what? I'm back to number 9 because I'm not liking any of the other choices. Okay. Sorry, you guys. You can fast forward through that part. And then I'll put Paris down here. One of the reasons why I like the number 9 up here is it's kind of like, this is a building and this is like, you know, the address. So I'm just gonna put it kind of at an angle like that. And I mean, now I could go back. If I can find a button that I really like, I might add that up at the top. These are just like they're just not interesting enough to me. So I might do that later. Okay. And then I'll show you in the next one. Okay, so I like that. All right, so we've got Paris. He's gonna go down here. Okay, a little glue. And, oh, not upside down. So do Paris. Let's do it at a little angle. No, let's not. Let's not. Because number 9 is at an angle. So I don't want to do them both the same. Okay. There's that. I'm thinking I might want to stick something else up here eventually, but I'm not sure what that is. So I'm gonna come back to that at some point. We'll come back to that in the next video in part 2. So here is our gold, and this is gonna be a mess. So let's see here. I'm gonna put this behind this. I'm gonna go around most of this stuff, and I'm just dipping my finger in here. Yeah, it's nice and wet. And I don't know if you should use your bare finger or not, but I don't know. I just think it works better. So just a little bit of this around the edges. Oh yeah, see? And this may inspire me to bring in more gold on the page. I hadn't intended to do that, so I didn't really pull anything. Yeah, I like it when it's got like a nice, you know, big kind of splotch of it. And a little bit, let's just do a little bit heavier right here. Yeah. Should we do a little on the card? We can do a little on the card. Just a little bit. Just kind of amp it up a little. Oop. Well, there's a smudge. Okay, that's okay. Sometimes you just have to let these things be where they want to be. Well, look, I added gold. How about that? Maybe I don't need to add anything else. Gosh, I just love this journaling card. Okay. Now, I guess I should have done this before. I'm going to try just a little bit. It's got, you know, it's got the vintage photo on it. So it's got that aging, but Yeah, I like that. And we're gonna do a little bit around here. Oh, it's kind of clumpy, kind of clumpy. Oh gosh, I love this. Love this. Got a little on the vellum, but that's okay. Put a little bit up here. Yeah, just a little bit down here, maybe. Yeah, just kind of here and there, right? Get that a little bit of gold. Ooh, look how much more luxurious that looks. I love it. I love it. There is my little thingamajigger. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. I think for now this is good. I may, like I said, we may go back to it in part 2. I might, you know, add something, but oh gosh, look at that. I've got gold all over me. Maybe I'm worth more money that way. We'll see. Okay, let me stick this in the pocket. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. So here is our black and white toile layout. And where was our other one? And then we've got our brightly colored. Where'd you go? You're so thick, I should be able to find you. Was it up further? There it is. And then we've got our pretty pink and blue layout. I think they turned out so great. Hey, you guys, thanks again for being so patient. It turned out to be another long one, but I think they turned out really, really, really nice, and it was super fun. So thanks for joining me again, and I will see you next time. Bye.